Hey guys, it's your boy Aro Knuckles, aka the Entertainment Fiend, here to give you another recap of NFL. So yesterday I basically talked about the Eagles and around the NFC East. Today I'm just going to give you a recap of all the other games that happened yesterday. Now, granted, I'm not going to digest well, I can't give you play-by-play from every single game. Of course, I don't have NFL. What's it called, Red Zone. I'm not sure what it's called. To have all of the NFL games that you can watch and go to each one. But we're going to talk about like each game that happened, pretty much like the biggest takeaways of the game. Now, like I said, we'll talk about a little bit of the Eagles and the Redskins. Like I said, Eagles offense, it looked okay. There was definitely ex, uh some plays that they could have done better. Like it all comes down to Doug Peterson. The whole trick plays and Nelson Aguilar throwing the ball way too much and running the ball when things were looking good too. He still decided to uh to just keep throwing the ball. So that's gonna be the downfall of our season if Doug Peterson keeps making bad calls. Now, Alshon Jeffrey wasn't a big factor, but I feel as though that chemistry it just needs to grow. Like, excuse me, you seeing how Dak and Dez they didn't start developing. Well, his first game back was us in October. Then later, excuse me, again, a burp. And then later throughout the season, he got that chemistry with that. So it takes some time for receivers to get in contact with the receivers. And like I said, I like Torres. He was definitely beating a lot of guys off of coverage, but went to deep ball, like he needs to work on his accuracies and all that. Great when it comes to the deep ball, but he'll have to work on that. I don't want to keep doing deep balls too much, especially for the next game against the Chiefs. You mean going up against that secondary? I would really be afraid of Wentz throwing the deep ball. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and Darby apparently is out for 4 to 6 weeks, which is good. It's not season injury. So let's see what games he'll miss. Let's go with the 6 games. Maybe it might be excuse me. Maybe it might be more, but he's gonna miss Kansas City. Obviously, he's gonna miss the New York Giants. Gonna miss the Los Angeles Rams. That's gonna be the third. Arizona Cardinals. That's 4. Carolina Panthers. That's 5. Washington Redskins. That's 6. Yeah, worst comes to worst, San Francisco. Maybe he'll miss San Francisco and Denver, but like I would love to have him in for the Dallas Cowboys game on November 19th. I feel as though that's a game that we can really use him for against Dez Bryant. I mean, granted, Dez Bryant is physical, but Ronald Darby's fast. Maybe he can play tight coverage against him. So we'll see what happens with that. But overall, front four for the defense, great. Definitely that's definitely going to be the key to the season, especially going up against, the Dallas Cowboys and their offensive line, because that's going to be a very, very tough game down the road. Any team that has good offensive line, we're going to need our defensive line to step up. So I talked about the Giants and Cowboys. Giants cannot do anything on offense. I feel as though, granted, having one player on the team of OBJ, that's obviously the best guy. Maybe it would have made too much of a difference, but he does have a big impact on that team, emotionally, physically. So I mean, I think they probably could have used him for that game. It was just bad all around for the Giants offensively. Cowboys even played good. I mean, I cannot get him. I gotta give him credit, but looks like this is also bad offensive line, no running game. Like Cowboys, they're gonna be going against okay linemen, but not great. That was just poor. I mean, either that or Seattle, those lines are bad. So, but Dak Prescott had a good intro to his second year on that game. Zeke had a good year. Dez wasn't a major factor because Jackar was just all over him. So it's gonna take some time. Like I said, first game you always have like your hiccups. You're not always gonna be perfect on your first game, but he looked perfect on that game though, Dak. Now, let's go into around the NFL. Panthers won 20-33. I expected them to win that game. Now, I feel as though 49ers are just not there yet. I feel as though a few years down the road, when they get a franchise QB, like I said, maybe they'll get Kirk Cousins next year. Because, yeah, I know, Kirk Cousins did not play great yesterday. Great, Kirk Cousins, he normally starts off the season like bad. Then throughout the rest of the season, he plays better. So maybe he'll get better, but maybe he just doesn't want to play in maybe he just doesn't want to play for Washington. I wouldn't blame him. So like I said, we'll see what happens. But he made some mistakes in that game, like that he should have made. Now Cam Newton was 14 for 25. 14 for 25, threw for 171 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Brian Hoyer had 24, 35, threw for 193 yards, and an interception. But in the end, they lost the game. So I just feel as though, like I said, if they get a better QB down the road, they will get better. Like San Francisco does have a good, decent front seven, but it's just not there yet. Like like I said, they're obviously rebuilding. So I just saw the Panthers winning that game, and hopefully the Panthers get their swag back after last season. Wasn't a perfect game by them, but they won the game. Now this game, Seattle and the Packers. You want to talk about another bad offensive line? Well, Giants was obviously worse, but Seattle's offensive line was bad too. Like Russell Wilson was running for his life throughout that game. But I feel as though what really beat Seattle was that what they thought they had a pick six, but it got pulled back because it was penalty, illegal push block or whatever. Someone hit Rodgers. I don't know. I think it was a terrible call, and it brought back the interception. And plus, Jeremy Lane was pulled out of the game for a punch. We didn't see a punch that he threw, so I don't know what the refs were doing. Maybe they were just on Aaron Rodgers' side, and that happened during the pick six. So it was just, I feel as though that changed the game right there. I feel as though if that was a pick six, it would have been closer. Maybe Seattle would have won that game. But I didn't say this before, but the our Super Bowl pick, I'm not gonna change it now. But granted, it's your first game, but oh my God, that was just bad. Their defense, still their defense. Still their defense, but their offensive line. It should be great. Like, their offensive line wasn't all that bad when they had their center that they traded for Jimmy. I think his name was Max something. Now they look bad when they did the trade. So they look like the losers at the end of all of this. So it's tough for them now. Now, Colts at the Rams. Rams destroyed the Colts 46-9. That was just a beatdown. Granted, the Colts didn't have luck, but it was just terrible. Nothing to say about that game. It was just a beatdown. Now, Lions beat the Cardinals 35-23. I thought, it was looking bad for the Lions when Stafford threw a pick six. But, he still managed to bounce back. Threw for 292 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Carson Palmer, I don't know what the heck's going on with him. 27-48, 269. Threw for 269 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. And now David Johnson was carried out of the game. Apparently, he might need surgery on his hand, but saying that he might come back sooner than expected. Who knows about that? The Cardinals, man. Unless I know it's the first game, but it didn't look good. And I expect them to be a wild card in the NFC. I expect them to bounce back after last year because Bruce Arians doesn't do 2 losing seasons back to back, but. Oh my God, it was just bad. Matthew Stafford, starting to look at the guy that has all this money. So we'll see his first game. But I think they face the Giants next. So I'll have a pretty interesting pick to see who's going to win that game. Possibly when I do that video on Friday. Jaguars beat the Texans 29-7. I feel as though the Texans would have been routed up after what happened in Hurricane Harvey. Hope everyone's safe. My prayers are with the families. But, it was just a rough game. Tom Savage was just god awful. And they made Blake Bortles look good. I was not expecting the Jaguars to win this game. But they do have a running back now, and Fournette. They do have a running back now. So that's definitely good for them. Tom Savage was taking out the game after his just terrible, terrible plays. And Deshaun Watson was put in the game towards I think it was probably in the third quarter. So, I thought they should have started with him anyway because the competition was close between them. So he should have started. So I thought they were going to win this game, you know. At least I thought it was going to be all riled out. There was going to be a terrible game for the Jags, but, you know, they got the win. Now, I still believe they're going to win the division. I mean, their defense is good. It's just, I just don't believe in Blake Bortles anymore. And I'll be happy they would win the division, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I still think it's going to be the Titans that are going to win this division. Phil's though, the Texans, they have a lot figured out. Cube. Well, like I said, Watson, I think he could be the future. Their defense, though, oh my God, I don't know what happened with that. J.J. Watt was out the game, you know, hurt his hand. So, I mean, I feel like Texas always seem to have, like, you know, a tough start, then they bounce back. Same with Seattle. They have a tough start, and then they'll bounce back. Same with the Redskins. Tough start, and they'll bounce back. Ravens and the Bengals, and I was dead wrong about this. I thought the Bengals was going to win this game. I thought, you know, they would have, you know, some weapons on offense, but oh my God, it was so bad. Joe Flacco didn't play all that great. It was 9 for 17, threw for 121 yards, touchdown, interception. Andy Dalton was just bad. 16 for 31, threw for 170 yards, 4 interceptions. Now the Ravens defense is good, but is it? I mean, I don't want to take anything away from that, but I mean, they look like the number one defense just now with that type of play. I mean, I don't know how Dalton four interceptions doesn't even score a single point. Doesn't even score. So this is just a bad. I mean, yeah, like I said, you do have your hiccups in the first week, but 0 points though. 0 points. That is just terrible. Granted, if I do sound terrible, you know, I guess I have a stuffy nose right now, and just like some allergy medicine. I was just sneezing. Just like it came out of the shower, I just started sneezing. I'm like, oh God, oh crap, that's the worst thing to hear. The worst thing to witness. Now, Falcons and Bears. Falcons beat the Bears 23-17. They didn't look all that hot from what I've been hearing. I mean, maybe the cerebral hangover scared to them, but I mean, Matt Ryan threw for 21 out of 30, threw for 321 yards, 1 touchdown. Glennon didn't have too much of a bad game, 26 for 40, 213 yards, and a touchdown pass. Granted, they couldn't score. The Bears couldn't score in the last drive to win the game. The Falcons defense held in there. Because I feel as though their Dan Quinn, defensive-minded guy, I feel as though their defense will get better. I mean, they have to get better. I don't see why they wouldn't get any better. But like I said, remember, Falcons got destroyed by Tampa Bay first game of the season. What happened? They came back, and, you know, they played in the Super Bowl. They didn't end well, but, you know, they played in the Super Bowl. And now Kevin White, he's gone for the whole season. You know, he had collarbone injury or whatever. But here's the thing with Kevin White. This guy definitely disappointed me because he was talking all that stuff. I'm really fast. I'm faster than Amari Cooper. I'm better and all that stuff. And, you know, he can't even finish season. His rookie season was hurt. Last year he got hurt. He played a few games, but didn't end the season. This game got hurt in the first game. He just cannot stay healthy. Like I said, he was talking all that talk, talking with the confidence and stuff, but, you know, he just didn't deliver. Like, he just can't stay healthy. And I don't know if, you know, he's going to have a future in the NFL. I mean, I'm rooting for this guy. I don't want any guy to lose their job, especially your brother. But, you know, right now he is just not looking good. Actually, well, got news. Caleb Sturgis expected to miss several weeks, quad strain. And that's why they went for the 2 points. 49ers rookie linebacker Reuben Foster, the ankle, expected to miss some time. So injuries happen all over the place in the NFL on week 1. You just gotta love it. Bills with the Jets, 21-12. I can't really say much in this game. I didn't watch, you know. Good win for Sean McDermott, his debut as a head coach. Tyrod Taylor, 16 for 20, 24 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. McCoy had 20 carries, 110 yards. Still, you know, still good. Jordan Matthews, 2 receptions for 61 yards. Now, I mean, we had a good trade. It was a good trade. Now we're looking like the losers from that trade for the Ronald Dari. But at least he's gonna come back, thank God. But granted, like, he's not gonna be like a full 100% when he comes back. So Jets, I mean Jets, yeah, 26 McCown, 26 39, 187 yards, 2 interceptions. I mean, I expected the Jets to lose this game. I mean, they put up a fight against the divisional foe, but in the end they lost. Raiders and the Titans. I thought I picked the Raiders to win. I feel as though Titans will win the division, but this game, in this game right now, I just feel so the Raiders are better than the Titans, especially with Marshawn Lynch up in the backfield. And Marshawn Lynch had a good debut, 18 carries or 76 yards. I mean, pretty good for this is good for him. Derek Carr, 22 for 32, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns. Excuse me, Marcus Mariota, 25 for 41, 256 yards. So I knew there. I picked them to lose the Titans to lose this game. Like I said, it's gonna be a losing game, but then they'll get back. Like I said, they lost last year to start the season against the Vikings, and they almost won the division. Like both Mariota and Carr, both guys could have won the division, but they got hurt. They both had leg injuries on the same day, so their seasons were cut short last year. But I think both of these guys are going to win their division. But I thought it was gonna be a high scoring. I thought it was gonna be more high scoring than this. But like I said, I feel as though, like I said, week ones you're always trying to see who you are. Like I say about your third or fourth game, where you are. I think you start, developing your identity around that. Then the Browns and the Steelers. I thought Browns were gonna get destroyed, especially by that block pump, but they kept it there. The Steelers won 21-18. So Kaiser, he's a rookie, so but we might see something from him down the road. 20 for 30, 22 yards, touchdown, interception. I think most rookies throw an interception in the first game, so he'll get there. Roethlisberger, he was 24 for 36, 263 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and interception. Le'Veon Bell didn't really do all that much. 10 carries for 32 yards. I mean, he's not like he missed all the camp, so he's gotta get his body right for that. So he's not gonna be like a major fact. He's not gonna be used as much in these upcoming games. Probably down the road will be used like a regular back. Antonio Brown, things, 11 receptions, 182 yards. He's still the man. I mean, he's still one of the top receivers. So what else can you say? But like I said, Browns, they put up a fight though. So I think they'll win more than a game this year. And then I didn't talk about this, but we all know about the Chiefs destroying the Patriots, till the fourth quarter. Like no one was expecting that to happen. So now tonight we have 2 Monday night games. I work tonight, so I'm gonna probably miss probably miss all of the Saints and the Vikings. I think I'm gonna miss that, but that'll be in time to see the Chargers and the Broncos. And Cowboys face the Broncos next, so we'll see what the Chargers do. Like if you're a Cowboys fan, you want to watch anybody in the NFC East. You want to watch this game because remember we face both of these teams in this year. So this will tell us about. Like I said, it's first game. Like I always said, you don't want to have your identity, but if the Broncos can stop the run, they have a decent chance of beating Dallas if they can stop the Chargers running game. So we shall see what happens. But I said in my prediction, I said in my prediction video that the Vikings would beat the Saints and that Chargers will upset the Broncos. And I had the Broncos winning this game, but with TJ Ward, I mean, I think it might affect them, honestly. Well, anyway, but let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys think about this game. How'd your team do? What do you think about how tonight's going to be? And if you're excited for some more football tonight, put like the video, subscribe, and I'll probably have my Thursday prediction on probably Wednesday, then my Sunday predictions on Friday, including the Monday game too. So it's your boy Knuckles signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.